Hi everyone, welcome to class. My name is Kristen and I am honored to guide you through a free virtual yoga class through Yoga in Our City, sponsored by Kineticare. For today's class, you'll need some blocks, and if you don't have any blocks, you can also use cans of food, laundry detergent, or even books, a strap. It could also be a scarf, a belt, or just a long piece of fabric, a bolster, or some pillows, or lots of blankets, and then another blanket. Today's class will be a gentle class, so we'll be moving more slowly, more restoratively, and it's a great practice to use whenever you're feeling like you don't have a lot of energy, or in the coming winter months where you need just some. So let's begin. Come to a comfortable seat. That can be cross-legged, it can be kneeling, and if it feels okay to you, go ahead and close your eyes. If that doesn't feel okay to you, you can bring your gaze down and forward onto your mat, your rug, or whatever you're using for your space to practice. Let's begin together by taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Do that again. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. We'll take that one more time. Fill yourself up. Empty all the way. And so we use those 3 deep breaths to signal to our body and our mind that we're now preparing for our practice. We're beginning to become present. We can start to notice now that our natural breath forms its own rhythm and pattern. So as you continue to breathe on your own, notice how your breath feels. Notice the temperature of the air in your skin. Sounds around you. Using each of these senses to drop us into the present moment. Allow yourself now to drop in a little bit deeper, noticing how you feel. Maybe you showed up on your mat or your space with some emotional baggage today. Right? That uncomfortable conversation with your boss, a nagging interaction with someone else. Or even those repetitive loops we find ourselves in self-depreciating thoughts. Whatever it may be, knowing that it's a full spectrum of emotions and experiences, chosen to give yourself these next 60 minutes of mindful movement, of breath awareness. So so that you can cultivate a grounding sense of calm and peace for whatever is to happen after. I invite you now to bring your hands at heart center, either in a prayer position or stacked upon your sternum, and to set an intention for your practice. It could be one word, a short phrase, a lyric, a mantra, something that you can always return back to when you get distracted. And then together we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Your hands can return to your lap now. And your eyes can stay closed or they can start to flutter open. And we'll begin with some really gentle head rolls. Right? Rolling from side to side, chin dropping to your chest. Dropping back. And whenever we are rotating, it's always good to remember to rotate in both directions. Right? Going the way that feels comfortable and is our habit is nice, but then going the other way can also bring awareness to what needs a little more breath, what feels a little junked up or stiff. So spending time in both directions not only feels nice, but allows us to connect a little deeper. Let's begin to add the shoulders. So inhale your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, puff your chest out slightly and draw your shoulder blades down your back. So that's the movement with breath. Inhaling up to your ears. Exhale, rolling back and down. Keep it going. Maybe you isolate and start to do just one shoulder and then the other. Maybe they turn into some figure eights. And you can also shrug forward. Right? Everything can be a suggestion and it's open to interpretation. As you do this, don't forget to breathe. Right? Your movements are connected to breath. Your practice is connected to breath. And sometimes when we start to move, we forget about our breath. It's there as your guide, as your anchor. And let's move along now into our arms. So taking your arms out wide on the in-breath, reach up to the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. A couple more times like that on your own. Stretching wide and tall, allowing spaciousness to come into the body as your breath starts to create that connection. Right, those cobwebs from your day, whether you're just starting your day or you need a little refresher or this is the end of your day. Using the breath to just clear it out. One more deep breath in. And this time we're going to add a twist. So take your right hand and bring it to your left knee and twist to the right. Left hand props behind you to keep your spine nice and long. And your heart space is reaching out. On your inhale, lift through the crown of your head. On the exhale, soften. next inhale, take your left hand and reach it up to the ceiling. Cross it over your right hand and find it on the opposite knee. Drop your chin to your chest and round out your spine. So there's a little bit of a tug on your knees as you press your spine behind you, rounding out like cat pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now you can roll in your head here, rocking it from side to side. That could feel really nice on the back of your neck. And we'll begin to unthread the right hand. So taking the right hand up to the ceiling and begin your twist on the other side. Remembering that it's, again, a gentle tug, right? We're not trying to wring out a washcloth dry. Keeping your left hand on your knee, start to unwind through the right hand, crossing it over, and find your knee once again. Drop your chin to your chest, round out your spine. 3 breaths here. Slowly lift your chin up, lengthening out your spine. Release your arms, lift them up to the ceiling. And then cactus your arms for a little mini back bend, right? Widening at the collarbones, lift your chin. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, reach up back to the ceiling, neutral spine. Interlace your fingertips together, flip your palms, and then push away from you at your heart center, rounding out. All right, release, shake out your arms, give your wrists a little wiggle, fingers clench and expand. We want to get into those smaller joints too, lest we not forget. All right, unthread your legs if they were in a cross-legged position or you were kneeling. Take them out from underneath you. Walk them in front of you about wider than hips distance apart. So maybe the distance of your mat, right, or your space. And just start to rotate side to side. Windshield wipering. Allow your hips to get involved here, so pressing the opposite hip forward. And we'll begin to add the arms. So take your opposite arm, reach it around you, behind, and thread back through. As you go to the left side, the right arm reaches forward and behind. Over to the right side, the left arm reaches. Notice all along your neck, your chin, your jaw, even your facial muscles. Sometimes if we're new to practice or we're feeling really stiff, we can kind of wince and hold tension in our face. Allow that to soften as you move. Take one more each side. As you return back to center, walk your feet together. Take your strap, bring it close, and start to roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time, nice and easy. Hug both knees into your chest and just start to playfully rock from side to side. This little massage for your back can feel really nice. We'll keep the right leg hugged in here. Left leg goes long onto the mat. As you hug your right knee in, start to take some ankle circles and toe wiggles there. Point and flex. Remember, go both directions. Beginning to add on into your hip joint. So you can manually kind of toss your leg from side to side, catching into each hand, allowing it to be really tender and gentle. And as you feel ready, start to rotate in your hip, making some circles. You may now let go of your leg, as if you have a marker on the tip of your knee and you're drawing some really big circles or shapes. Find stillness. Take your strap and loop it around the base of your foot. Now, your leg might not be as straight as mine, and that's okay. So give yourself enough slack with whatever material you're using as your strap so that you can reach your foot without your shoulders lifting off of the mat. Now, if you have really tight hamstrings, just focus your breath on the backside of your leg. Right? Can you imagine its wind-like characteristics moving through your leg to help open up the backside? So just lengthen through your heel, pressing it to the ceiling, taking 5 breaths here. No matter if we're in a power practice or a gentle practice, we still want to connect with some level of ease through the poses and movements. So if you feel yourself clenching your teeth or literally white knuckling as you grip, offer yourself some ease. Can you give yourself some more slack? Can you soften in your jaw? Can you release the muscles in your face? Ever so gently, start to release the strap, hug your knee back into your chest. And we'll take a half happy baby. So open your knee towards your shoulder, lift your foot towards the ceiling, and tug your knee towards it, towards your chest. Now if you feel really open and ready, right, you can grab onto your big toe or the outside of your foot. Bring your knee back through the center. Grab on with your left hand and cross your leg over your body for a spinal twist variation. So your left leg is long, your right leg rolls over you. Maybe it meets the floor, or maybe you use a block or your blanket to support you. Right? If your knee doesn't make the floor, bring the floor closer to you. We're looking for an open chest here, meaning that the right shoulder isn't leaning up. So whatever we need to do to bring the floor closer to our right knee, do it. If you'd like, you could extend your right leg and find your toes, or use the strap to find them, right? That's up to you. Begin to roll yourself back to the center very tenderly, and allow your leg to slide onto the mat to meet the left. Now before you change sides, just notice how the right leg is feeling, how the right hip is feeling. Right? Any comparisons between the right side and the left side, without judgment, without attachment to wishing it were different, without attaching to a story or an explanation, just awareness. We'll begin to take the left leg into your body now, clasping or holding on at your thigh, right? Or using your strap in some way to grab on. Take some ankle circles, toe wiggles, pointing and flexing. Then we add on in your knee, in your hip rather, rotating and anytime we switch sides with anything, we just want to notice what's happening, what feels different. Begin to take the strap around the base of your foot. Lengthen out through your heel, pressing the back side of your knee towards your right toes. I love to close my eyes during my practice, especially during the slower movements. It can feel really nice, not only to just notice your body on the mat, but also notice your body from within. And by closing the eyes, we take out those external distractions, those external visual stimuli, right? We start thinking about that dust in the corner we need to get rid of, what we're gonna make for dinner, right? If we close the eyes, maybe those thoughts get a little quieter. They might still be there, but we can explore the body from within. Begin to add that twist. So bend at your knee, cross it over your body. Lengthen your left arm, shoulders square on the mat, and switch that block to the other side if you need it. 4 deep breaths here. In and out. Gently guide yourself back to the center. Take your half happy baby. Extend your foot to the ceiling. Grab on, either behind your thigh, around your toes, or around the edge. The right hand can also come to your hip, right? And guide your hip down to the mat so that we're not rolling over and losing the integrity of the pose. As you're ready, start to release your left leg, sliding it out onto the mat to meet the right. And just pausing for 3 breaths, noticing your lower body. Start to pull your knees back in, planting your feet on your mat so your knees are bent towards the ceiling. We're going to be taking a supported bridge here. So grabbing onto your block or even your bolster or pillows, lift your hips and slide the block or whatever you're using right underneath your sacrum. Now your sacrum is the area right below your belt line. So it's not in the low back, it's not completely on the flush of your buttocks. It's right in between. Hands can drop by your sides, or if you're needing a little more shoulder opening as we continue our practice, you can take your arms into cactus. If you'd like to explore something a little different here, you can extend each leg. So you can start out with extending the right leg maybe for a few breaths. Or the left leg. Or even both. But be mindful about how this feels in your low back. For me, I'm not entirely ready to have both legs extended, so I'm going to keep them in bridge pose. Take 2 more breaths here. Allow Allow your hands to come by your sides. Press your feet into the mat and lift your hips off of your prop, removing it, and drop back down to your space. Knees tuck in once again to your body. Rock side to side. Roll over to one side. Press your hands into the mat and use the strength of your arms to lift yourself up to a comfortable seat. We're going to come to a kneeling position here. Resting on your thighs, your shins. And if your knees are feeling really rickety here, or you have some knee injuries, you can take your blanket and place it between your thighs and your calves for a little extra cushioning. As we allow ourselves to gently transition from a laying position to a seated position, we're going to prepare ourselves for a child's pose. Often we don't really need much of a preparation, but we're going to take a really nice, comfortable version. So you can grab your bolster or whatever type of support you'll be using, widening your legs and dropping the prop between them as you lay on top of your prop. Now you might need to use your blocks to lift up and bring the floor closer to you. And I think I'm going to leave mine like that. That feels really nice for me today. Allow your shoulders to soften. Turning your cheek to one side. Again, closing your eyes could feel very nice. When was the last time you gave yourself something gentle and tender to be with? If this practice is the answer, then drink it all in. Be present with every breath. It's such a gift to move in this way. Feeling your breath move up and down your spine like a pendulum. Each time it's nourishing you and releasing something from you. It's drawing something in and giving something away. If you'd like, you can turn your cheek to the other side now. That could feel nice on your neck. And if at any point when we're holding a pose and you need to make an adjustment, whether it's moving a prop to go deeper or to back off, or it's to switch sides like your gaze, give yourself permission to do so. Often we're so taught to grit through and just do it, right? Yoga is the opposite of that. Yes, there can be challenge, and yes, there can be vigor, but we're looking for ease in that dichotomy. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Allow your hips to sink back towards your heels. Make any adjustments you need to. slowly draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your torso to remove whatever you have underneath you. Come onto all fours here. Stack your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. Take a few hip circles. Find stillness, and we'll flip the hands around so your fingertips reach towards your knees. Now, if you have hyperextended elbows like me, see how they kind of jump forward? We want to remind ourselves to have a little bit of a micro bend so that we're not overcompensating, right? So that we're not overextending. Rock back and forth in a way that feels okay for you. This is really nice for your forearms if you spend a lot of time at a desk or doing handiwork. And then we'll flip the hands around where your palms face your chest. This can feel very, very vulnerable and very deep, so be mindful. I promise you'll have your hands. Rocking gently forward and back, or in a circle, or even stillness. Whatever feels right for you. Come back to a normal position, dropping gently down onto your forearms. And we'll reach out for puppy pose. Two different options here. You can curl your toes under and drop your hips towards your heels as your arms extend. Or you can keep your toes tucked under or untucked and slide your forearms out so your heart space starts to melt towards the mat. The elbows can take a bend so your shoulders can take a little break. Or your arms can stay long and you can bend at your elbows so you get a little tricep stretch as well as your hands find the nape of your neck or between your shoulder blades. We're going to take 7 big breaths here. If your hips are to the sky for this version, right, be sure that the angle in your knees is about a right angle. Feel this opening around your chest, around your heart. Release your arms long. And if your hips are up for that version, let them slide back towards your heels, dropping gently. And together we'll take the arms by your sides, allowing them to kind of just wash over you, allowing your shoulders to wash over your knees. Arms extend back out in front of you, and glide yourself real low to the mat for a Sphinx pose. Legs extend. Stack your elbows underneath your shoulders. Right, and try not to let your shoulders like hammock the rest of your chest. Allow there to be this feeling from your belly button of dragging forward and away. Try not to kink in your neck by jutting your chin forward. Your gaze can still be down and forward to keep that natural curve, in your neck spine. And it's as if you're pulling your mat towards you so that your heart moves away from you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more in. Exhale, take your elbows out, stack your palms for crocodile. Rest your forehead on your hands, bend at your knees, and take some windshield wipers side to side. Legs go long. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Extend your right hand out in front of you, and you're just gonna slide and roll onto your back. Real fancy yoga move here. Returning to our back. Right? We've been here a lot today, and that can feel very nice, right? Very grounding. Take your right leg and take it up to the ceiling. Cross it over onto your left knee for a figure 4. You can grab onto your left thigh and pull it towards your chest, right? Or you can grab on with one hand and push your right knee away from you. Think of pigeon here. You can also use the strap on the base of your left foot and pull that towards you as you push your right knee away from you. Gently release. Switching sides. Stay with that connection to your breath. Unwind your legs. Get rid of the strap. And now we're going to take our bolster, or you can take your block, it's your choice. Slide it back underneath your sacrum, just like we were in bridge. We're going to take a hip stand. Now, if shoulder stand is speaking to you and you really want to go for it, by all means. Otherwise, we're going to take our knees into our chest and lift your legs to the ceiling. We're looking for a sort of right angle in this bend here. Your hamstrings could feel really tight, right? And your legs might want to fall towards you. Keep your toes to the ceiling. Allow this gentle inversion to do its work, flushing everything in the other direction, allowing us to have a new perspective, as you stay here, you might notice some sensations in your toes, your legs, right? That's the inversion doing the work. So as best you can, stay here. Closing the eyes. We are winding down for our practice. Preparing for the ultimate release, the ultimate surrender of Shavasana. Start to bend your knees into your torsos, planting your feet onto the mat. And start to slide the bolster towards your feet. It might take a little finagling. You're just going to tuck your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Arms open wide into a T for one last set of twists. Knees drop to the right. Gaze can stay towards the ceiling or can turn now to your left hand. A self-assist could feel nice too, by placing your right hand on your left knee. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your knees back through the center and let them drop to the other side. through the center. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around yourself in some way. Let it be a symbol of receiving, of drawing in everything from your practice, every inquiry, curiosity, question, right? Bring that all into your heart space, the gift of your practice. And as you exhale, give it away. And we'll set up for Shavasana. The bolster or your props can stack underneath your knees. And your blanket will come on top of you for a nice restful Shavasana. Settle in and let go. Start to invite some small movements into your bodies. The wiggles in your fingers and your toes. A head roll from side to side. And ever so gently roll yourself over to one side for fetal pose, allowing your bottom arm to support your head. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Press your hands into your mat as you guide yourself back up to your easy seat. Moving gently through those transitions. As we meet in our easy seat, I invite you to bring your hands back to heart center. Offer yourself and whomever you practice with gratitude for sharing this time and space in mindful movement. Let us also offer gratitude to all of our yoga teachers and the creators of these practices. May we continue to honor the roots of yoga. Together, let's take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Draw your thumb knuckles to your forehead, your third eye chakra. The light, the love, the peace within me honors the light, the love, the peace within each of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, and I hope we get to share our practice again so soon. Bye now.